Woo!
It's the 87th episode of the Elite Cosplay Podcast. I'm Holly.
And I'm Kevin.
And we have a guest today.
Hi.
It's Laura, otherwise known as Jinx Cosplay. That's
Hello,
spelled Gynx for those who don't know.
Thanks for having me back.
Thanks for coming on.
Yes.
Laura was supposed to be on a couple months ago, but Google Hangouts decided to be a big jerk and not deliver
Our message.
our message.
She was supposed to be here in person. And yes, there was some miscommunication. Technology failing us.
Anyways, so I want to talk to you about a-kon because you went.
I did, yeah.
And how was it? Because it's in a new location now. It's in Fort Worth instead of Dallas, right?
Right. It was interesting. So, a lot of people I know weren't crazy about it being in Fort Worth. I was optimistic about it, but I was kind of let down by the location.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily love the Hilton Anatole where it was the past 4 years, but just because it was so crowded in a lot of areas. But it was a really pretty hotel.
Yeah, it really is.
It was one location and everything, and I think I had told you that I didn't think that a-kon this year was going to be split up between locations, but I was wrong, and it was. There was a lot of programming in different hotels and everything, and so it was really spread out over, a couple of blocks, and it was hard to, meet up with people and everything. I feel like everyone I talked to was like, oh, I didn't see anyone that I wanted to see at a-kon. I didn't see... If I didn't room with you, I probably didn't see you. The convention center itself, it's nothing exciting as far as photo shoots go. It was just an ugly convention center.
Yeah.
There's a water park area that was pretty, but it's where everyone was, which is what I expected, and it was really crowded. I thought Artist Alley was really good this year. There were a lot of new artists and everything, but just talking to a lot of people, apparently it wasn't as great of a show as it should have been for a lot of people. So I know a lot of people say they won't be coming back.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure what it was that, why people weren't buying or whatnot. But it seemed like a lot of people were going through Artist Alley, but people weren't buying, I guess.
Huh. Was it in a good location?
It was in the main convention center, but there wasn't a whole lot of actual programming in the convention center. It's where registration was and dealer's room and Artist Alley. And the way they had it set up this year was that you had to walk through the dealer's room to get to Artist Alley. Whereas in the past, you would have to go through Artist Alley to get to dealer's room. So I kind of feel like maybe that had something to do with it as well.
Sure, yeah. I forgot about that. We did that last year. Yeah, you walk... you aren't gonna remember, but yeah, it's one big square room, and you had to walk through the artist alley, and then you took a left, and it was the exhibition hall. Previously, you don't remember that? I know you.
I'm sorry. All the convention centers have kind of melded together in my head.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I get that. That's a bummer though. But I feel like people always say they're never gonna come back, and then they do.
I know. So we'll see what happens next year. I do know that they're going back down to a 3-day con. This year, they decided to try out a 4-day con, and I don't know.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so the first day one was Thursday this year. But next year they're going back down to a 3-day con. So.
It's hard because it's not on a holiday.
Right.
So it's just a regular weekend for a lot of people, and not a lot of people can take that time off of school or work or something.
For June?
Early June?
Early June?
A lot of kids are out of school, but it's the awkward time.
Right, I went on Thursday to pick up my badge with a friend, and it was mostly high school students, I think, who are out of school. I didn't see a whole lot of actual adults there on Thursday. So.
I know, it's AX this year is they're not technically adding a 5th day, but they kind of are with the day 0 stuff that you can buy a ticket for, and then they have day -1.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
We talked about
Thursday's day -1.
I know. It's so stupid.
Are we getting there Friday? We're getting there Friday.
We're getting there day 0. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not doing -1. It's so stupid.
Boy.
I don't need to pay for an extra day to do nothing.
It's true.
But overall, was it an okay, how was it spatially? Because you said, the hotel they had it at previously, it was so crowded.
There wasn't a whole lot of crowding, so at least that was fixed, I guess. But it was its first time in a new
Yeah.
location. And I remember the first year I went to a-kon was actually its first year at the Anatole, and it was
Oh. They had problems.
It felt like a total like shit show, and then it got better.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll get better, but I don't know. But I didn't actually go to too much of the programming. I don't feel like I really used my badge too much.
Sure.
If you're with good company, then you can make any con fun pretty much.
Yeah.
But the actual con itself was a little disappointing, I felt like.
Yeah. I mean, it's your local con, so you're totally going to go next year, right?
I mean, I'll at least go on like Saturday or something.
Yeah.
But...
So we'll have to talk to you again next year too. Because yeah, I know even though it's been around, what it is like 27 years or something.
It's the longest running anime convention in America.
Wow. Yeah. So even though they've been around that long, I can imagine going to a new place. Yeah. You have and they're having like growing pains because they're pretty popular. And I can't believe they were cramming everybody in that tiny. I mean, it's not tiny hotel, but that hotel.
No. Well, they're doing construction too. So.
Oh, true. I forgot about that. The water park that people weren't allowed in.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's like what is it? ALA. We have yet to go back after they moved.
It's the Los Angeles one. Yeah.
Anaheim.
They moved
Ontario.
California.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've heard okay things about that one. But
yes,
ALA had this weird cap. It was like you could only get 5,000 people in that hotel, and they like wouldn't move. And people were like, "If you want to grow, you got to get out of here." They finally did. But
so they're not in LA anymore?
No, they're in Ontario, California, which I don't. I'm not really
like
familiar.
30 minutes.
Yeah,
40
it's
minutes
not
outside.
too far. But in terms of like people for like us, like people who are traveling there by plane, it's a pain in the butt.
Well, you have to fly to the Ontario airport.
Yeah, which is a tiny airport.
Yeah. Stupid.
I don't know. To me, it's like going to Colossal Con, where it's like you got to fly into Ohio and then you got to drive for like an hour and a half.
Take a shuttle or something out there. Yeah.
Have you guys ever gone to Colossal Con?
No, everybody tells us to. Like every year, people are like, "Just go." Just go. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's hard to get a hotel there. There's people the last day of the con, they open up the hotels and there's like a line like that like loops around itself like 50,000 times just to get a hotel for the next year.
That's crazy to me.
Like,
who wants to spend part of their con trying to
I know. And I can't commit that early either. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to be doing in a year. Something could come up. But I want to talk about the simplicity thing.
Oh, right.
That I had to pull this up for Kevin because I haven't shown him yet because I never tell him anything. So this girl that she sells Lolita style clothing and she has like a whole store and everything. The other day on Facebook, she wrote a post that accused Simplicity, the sewing pattern company, of copying a product she had. She claims that a booth girl from Simplicity bought one of her like bear bonnets, which is like a cute little bonnet with like bear ears on it. They're very adorable. One of the booth girls bought one and she thought nothing of it. The day she posted this, she woke up to so many people messaging her about their new Lolita accessory line, which blatantly not copied not only my design but the other artist's design as well, who sold at RuffleCon, which I can only imagine is a LolitoCon. Simplicity did not ask for permission. They bought the products to deconstruct them and create a pattern for mass production. And she's claiming that that's not the first time Simplicity has done it. I'm showing Kevin. Here's a photo of her thing, and this is the copy down here. It's the same color, which is kind of weird.
Right.
But whatever.
But it's...
Even the bow is the same color.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of weird that they chose the same color. But then someone in the comments in that post, it was a very popular post, made a point that other brands do the same type of bonnet, as I'm showing Kevin here.
Yeah.
It's not the same color, but it's the same design, basically. And so they're saying, it's not an original design that you're selling. And someone's saying it's not nobody's questioning the originality of the design. It's about how Simplicity and her were at the same event, and they bought one of her products. Large corporations making money by unethical business practices.
Well, the question is, they can't prove that this person worked for Simplicity, right? Somebody could have ordered one somewhere else online, and it's not.
They saw her though. They sat next to each other at RuffleCon.
And did she say, "I work for Simplicity"?
Well, she was sitting at the Simplicity booth. That's all we know.
I went and I found the post on Facebook because I enjoy reading Facebook drama that I'm not involved in. And she was saying that her booth was right next to the Simplicity booth, and it was one of the people who was working in that booth came over.
Yeah, and just bought one, and she didn't think about it.
What's the timeline on this?
I don't know when
RuffleCon was.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. We went to McCall's, and we saw in person them making stuff, and the time that they took to write the instructions. They had to have people review the instructions to make sure it's makeable and stuff like that. So unless
they
it
make
was
the pattern
over,
and then they test the pattern like 50,000 times to get it. Yeah.
So if RuffleCon and this were less than 6 months apart, I would say no. This was improbable. They probably had this in the line already. I mean, the fact that they were already at RuffleCon tells me that Simplicity was already targeting.
It looks like it was in October.
October to now, yeah.
Yeah, their one this year isn't happening until November, so it just so that was about 8 months ago. And this Facebook post that we're talking about is recent.
Okay.
So that's about the right timeline.
Yeah, that's on the shorter end of what I would expect. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
We've had this conversation before. I think like fashion and stuff like that is really hard to copyright.
Yes.
Because there's so many. It's a lot with a lot of things. There's only so many things you can kind of make.
There's only so many.
I don't know. You know
dresses,
what I mean? Like
camel-colored coats.
Like someone kind of pointed out, like you're not the first person to make this bear hat.
Right.
The only weird thing to me is it's like the exact same color.
Right.
Right. Like what's also weird to me is that they even felt the need to purchase it. Like it's a very simple looking pattern. Like. Yeah, I could probably draft one up right now, like pretty quickly.
Sure.
There's not a whole lot to it. I mean, not to discredit the artist.
No,
it's just it's not a terribly complex pattern. Some of the others that they were accusing Simplicity of copying, like there's like the I think it's a cat ear bonnet in that same accessory.
Oh, yeah, that one looks harder.
That one looks more complicated. Yeah. Apparently, they purchased from multiple people at RuffleCon.
Yeah,
is what this post was saying.
Yeah,
the actual like bear bonnet one is a little more simple, but some of the others, it kind of looks like okay, maybe they did buy it and just kind of copy the pattern. I don't know.
Also, that cat purse looks like Hello Kitty.
That's the
right.
Point. That's the point, right?
Do they have Hello Kitty? Well, Simplicity has like all the copyrights.
You get as close as you can to a trademark design without violating, and that's what that is. Because that cat is just a little bit off. It's like. Maybe Hello Kitty from a distance.
So someone's also claiming about the cat ear bonnet.
They were. I don't have it pulled up anymore, but they were saying that I want to say that they said that was a Japanese company that was at RuffleCon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one does look more that one looks harder.
Yeah.
Right, like I wouldn't be able to just draft that in a couple of pieces.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I get it. So what do you think about it, Laura? Like, I can understand.
I don't think there's anything like legally wrong with it.
I don't think she can legally claim anything. Technically, I don't know.
Oh, you looking at me?
Well, sorry. Well, I just
no. She could. She could try and sue, but like you're facing a huge uphill battle with this one because.
They're a big company.
They're a big company, and
they have a lot of money. They buy the copyrights to like all the characters' designs.
That is part of her battle.
When we visited McCall's, it was like I felt like I never realized it because you just buy sewing patterns and you don't think about the people behind them. But we visited McCall's. They have a nice office, but they were just constantly like, well, Simplicity bought the rights to that, so we can't have that, and Simplicity did this, so we can't do that. And it just made me feel like crap from McCall's. I was like, geez, Simplicity's an asshole. But Yeah, I don't.
You have to prove originality is part of this, so,
and it's not original.
And it's not original. She's not the first person to come up with this bear hat thing.
Yeah.
So I would say she has,
because everybody's like, you should sue them, and I was like, whoa.
She can try to sue them, but they're gonna come back and make her broke, unfortunately.
Oh, they do have links to the cat bonnet.
Oh, they do?
Oh, yeah. But I have it in... Oh, let me click on it. Or no, that's a
screenshot.
screenshot.
You can't.
Got it.
One day you'll be able to.
That'd be creepy.
Nah, that's what
the part I don't like about this, though, is just, I mean, it's one thing to see something and take inspiration from it and then, like, make a new pattern.
Yeah.
But if we take what everyone is saying as fact and that Simplicity did come to this con and bought all these things and then made patterns for them, I don't know, just artistically it's very I don't know, it's very unethical in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But in terms of inspiration, like at what point does inspiration become just like copying?
It's very hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to define it.
Yeah, that's why, I mean, you read about it a lot with, like, this is going off of cosplay, but, like, Forever 21 and Urban Outfitters and all that stuff, like, copying from other people, and, like, nothing really comes from it. Like, sometimes, like, they'll take it down, but I think legally, like, nothing really happens, because art as a whole is really hard to do that, which sucks as a person that's in the art part. But, yeah. So I don't know. It's a shitty thing to do if they really if they're doing what everybody's saying. Like Laura said, it's like, really, you're a fucking like $1 million company. Can't you hire someone to be like, hey?
I mean, even McCall's like they hired cosplayers. Remember they flew in the cosplayers to give them the designs. Yeah, remember the Lolita.
Oh yeah, so
dress
I gotta post that video. I'm kind of shy about it because Kevin was editing this McCall's visit video, and the first 5 minutes I'm holding the camera, and then we switch to Kevin holding the camera, and I'm in the shot. But when I'm holding the camera, supposedly I'm breathing directly into the microphone, and I'm really embarrassed about it, so I haven't even watched it. But I guess it's just like, and I'm just like, now I gotta watch it, and so I've just been pushing it off. But yeah, they told us they had a costume. It was a Lolita type, but it was it was actual cosplay. I can't remember what it was, but they had it. It was just the cosplayer's costume that she had originally made in their office, and they were like, yeah, we saw her at a con or online or something, and we flew her over, and now she's gonna make this for us. So they actually like took the person and had them do it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Simplicity did the same thing. Maybe they found someone else that made bear hats, and they were like, okay, would you like to sell?
Simplicity definitely has some cosplayers making stuff for them, from
sure
what I've seen.
I'm sure
I've seen somebody in my...
Yeah, they've worked with Riddle, and I know I think they've worked with Mango Cyrene.
Yes, I think that's what it was, yeah. I've seen Mango's stuff when I frantically flip through pattern books to try to find what I need. But yeah, so we're all kind of meh about it, I guess.
If she can prove that she was the original drafter,
just like I said, the weirdest thing is the colors are the exact same, and that's just kind of weird. But that's about it.
I mean, she could prove it. That's the thing. Like if she has a picture from, I don't know, whenever before anything happened, to say that I made. I don't know. Yeah. It's possible. It's not impossible.
We'll see. We'll see if it goes anywhere. I'll keep an eye on it. But that came across my newsfeed, and I was like, hey. Laura, I wanted to quickly talk with you about Anime Expo.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know this is your first year, right?
Yes.
I'm so excited you were going.
I am too. I'm nervous, but I'm so excited.
Why are you nervous?
It's just such a big con, and I'm afraid that I'm like, I don't know. Everyone's talked to me about like how crazy scheduling is and everything. The friends that I am going with have like changed their cosplay lineup like every other day just because... When the autograph sessions are announced, I've changed the order of my cosplays many times just because as the schedule's coming out. And
are there Persona people coming?
I think or at least some of the English voice actors are. I didn't play it in English,
so you're like, man.
That is interesting because I'm like, I didn't hear your voice character. No, there is a Persona panel that I am going to go to, but the only autograph session that I am going to go to, I've forgotten his name, but it's the Japanese voice actor for Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, yeah.
And so when that was announced, I
had to add
lineup,
right?
Kingdom Hearts cosplay to my lineup.
Yeah, so I know it's Anime Expo is like hard to describe, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because there's so much, but it's not. Would you say? I don't think. Would you say it's overwhelming? I don't know. Are we jaded?
I mean, there are a lot of people. I don't know about overwhelming.
I think the hardest part for you would just be the autograph session.
I'm only doing one, so hopefully
Yeah.
it won't be.
Okay.
All I know, we don't ever, we don't go to popular panels.
We don't, unfortunately.
So we never have to line up. But the lines are always, I don't know, like I don't get it. Like I'm always just like the line is
the
huge.
outside lines, yeah.
But they have tents now.
They do
They
have
used
tents this
to
year.
line people up out in the sun for hours,
Oh.
and people would like faint and stuff.
Yes.
Right now, it looks like the weather might not be too bad.
I'm
Yes.
so excited. It's supposed to be like 75 degrees or something. I'm
know.
perfectly okay with that. Are you bringing your Riku cosplay for the...
Not the one that you saw.
Okay.
I'm doing a different version that is much less clothing. The one that Holly is referring to is like a vinyl
Yes.
Oh, yes.
that has like half-inch foam
Yeah.
sandwiched in it.
You would be dying. That's what I was wondering. I was like, it's not going to be that hot, but it's still like a full covered thick cosplay.
That suit takes up like half my suitcase. So.
Oh, yeah, because it's pretty bulky. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. My favorite part of the con, which I tell this to a lot of people, is like on day one when they're about to open the exhibition hall, because it opens at like 11. It opens kind of later on day one, like 11 or noon or something. And Kevin and I always go. There's an upstairs area, and you can look down on the main floor where everybody stands. So Kevin and I always go upstairs and we press ourselves up against the edge and we just watch this like mass of like thousands and thousands of people start like growing and globuling in front of the exhibition hall to the point of where it looks like the room's about to burst, and then they finally open the doors and everybody's just like, whoa, and like rushes. It's like the coolest sight. Yeah.
That's your favorite part of the whole con?
Kind of.
Just people watching.
Yeah. But like kind of like a-kon, the scenery isn't great.
No.
I don't have any photo shoots planned.
Yes.
So that's fine with me.
You're like, I don't care.
I'm gonna actually try to enjoy con things for once at a con. So.
Yeah, I was you were telling me with your lineup it's more relaxed, right?
Yeah, I'm not wearing anything that's difficult to wear. It's all pretty casual clothes.
That's good, I think, for if you decide to ever go back, you can probably decide if it's worth to do something more crazy.
Right.
But I think for your first AX, that's like the best way to go. There's so much to do and there's so many people that you're just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And then we'll hopefully be doing something too.
Yeah, you're actually gonna have like kind of intense cosplays.
I know. I'm crying inside right now about it. It's gonna be a 4 a.m.er, I'm predicting.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm getting stuff done, but we just have so many like regular life stuff like smacking us in the face right now that it's like I can't.
It's a very busy time of year right now.
Yeah. But hopefully we'll see you there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Excellent. I'm excited. We'll have to call you again after AX and do another podcast with you and we'll talk about your first time.
Sure.
We can talk about pros and cons, because I think you're the first person we've known that is going to AX that hasn't been prior ever, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
Because everybody either has gone before or has just never gone and has no plans to. So I'm always like telling people, I'm like, you should go to AX.
I never thought I was going to go just because like I didn't know if I wanted to deal with the crowds and everything. And I was like, no, I don't feel the need to go to AX ever. And then just randomly I was like, sure, why not?
Because your friends are going, right? So you were like, Your friends are going, right? So you were probably
right. I mean, they've gone the past few years, but then they're just like, it's because of Persona, really, because they were doing a Persona group. I was like, man, I want to go. And then now we're not even doing those outfits at AX anymore. But
this is the whole reason why you're going.
Right. It's all good, though. I'm excited to go.
Yay! All right, so we'll see you there. But yeah, this is gonna be a short one. Sorry, guys.
No,
I didn't have much to talk about today.
You can talk about the thing that I brought up earlier.
Oh, but she's not the first is the problem.
All right, fine.
Yeah, sorry, there was something.
We can still talk about it.
Okay, go ahead.
I forget who it was now.
Twintel?
Twintel. I don't know if you've seen anything about this. or not Laura, but the new
Nintendo.
game for the Switch, the ARMS game.
It's called ARMS.
They added a new character, or there's a character that came out with it named Twintelle, and it's TWINTELLE, and there's a mixed result about it. There was some misinformation, which is why I brought it up initially. When I first stumbled upon it, somebody had said that she was like the first playable black character that Nintendo had ever done.
There are a couple people who are asking about that, but I guess
Holly
technically it's
quickly
not.
corrected me on
Well,
that.
I googled it because
Yes.
I didn't believe it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she does look interesting and does offer a new avenue into the...
She's, if anybody wants to look her up, yeah, Kevin spelled it for you. She's a very cool looking character. In the game, she fights with her pigtails.
Yes,
Like that's her weapon.
The weaponized hair.
So she's pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
cosplay potential up the wall for
Right.
sure.
And it's not...
And people were very excited about her. Like when she, like just reading this article that's in my face, like when she came out, everybody was like, "What?"
Yeah, I think it's a good character actually, because like it's not overly sexualized or anything like that. Yes, she has a thick lower half, but
You're so awkward sometimes.
It's true. It's true.
She's got a booty.
yeah. So I'm interested to see what happens out of all of this.
Yeah. Well, Kotaku says she's bad and she knows she's bad, and that's why people like her.
Oh
So,
yeah,
people do like badass characters.
yeah,
So look
That's
her
a
up.
very cute design.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I like her a lot.
Yeah,
She's
I
very
do
cute.
I do too. There's
And- There's a lot of that video games has very interesting looking characters. Like one girl has like ramen hair.
yeah,
It's
ramen,
very-
Mimu.
I don't know what it was.
Something
I
like
don't
that.
know.
Mean.
Just randomly have seen this and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, yeah,
So if you want a new game for your Switch,
yes.
ARMS.
And it's got a competitive mode too.
Oh well, shit.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
I was gonna my topic is null because I was wrong.
yeah.
So
If she was the first playable black character, it would be Laura's cat's in the background, and he's my favorite cat. He's my favorite. Anyways, thank you, Laura, for hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and we'll see you in a couple days, probably, actually.
Yes.
And thank you, everybody, for listening.
yes, we have photo shoots in
yes,
the Bay
in
Area.
Bay
so if
Area.
you're interested in shooting with us or working with us, go visit elitecosplay.com/
Bay 2017.
yes.
BAY 2017.
Yes, and we're gonna be
Not BAE.
we'll be down there
Mid-August.
So take a look
Yes.
at the website, look
Yeah.
at their bookings.
Stop
and-
stressing about AX and book with us.
Yes.
Anyways, thank you guys for joining us.
Yep.
We'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Next time. Next year.